Hello, welcome back to the ministry. God had me get ready today and wear the exact same outfit I wore the last time I talked about finances. So remember y'all, I already done did the Now You See Me review. That's all financial right there. That's God on another level. He gave me that word. But this, he's having me go back through Temptations of a Marriage Counselor from a different perspective. I wrote the review out the other day. He had me even write everything out completely different because he wants me to do it this way. And he had me get myself together to even do it. So we're going to just flow through this because there's some major financial things that I got to talk to y'all about in relation to this. Okay? And I want y'all to hear me and listen good because God done gave me something. Because remember, I don't know if I said it in that word that you saw me dressed like this before, that I was going to do a review on bread. I don't think I'm going to do the review on bread, but I do believe that I'm going to do a touch on what God showed me about the bread as we go through this. Because God gave me 3 things, and this is all in relation to financial stuff, okay? And it's going to come up as we talk. So I have a lot that the Lord has shown me, and he has me working on something right now, and I'm just having him flow through me the way he needs to flow through me because this is a lot. And I'm like, you want me to put that with that and that with that, or you want me to just say this? So I'm just like, the one thing I've learned is I give the conversation to the Lord, and he's going to have me say what I need to say throughout. So that's what this is. And I'm going to just flow with God on this, and y'all just flow with me. Okay? So let's start. God has a means to an end. God knows the end from the beginning. Okay? And because God knows the end from the beginning, he also knows what he needs out of his people. Okay? So what he's showing me, he has an end goal. There is an end goal. He wants his children financially secure. But what happens in a lot of cases, we get distracted. That's what he wanted me to focus on with reviewing this. The distractions that cause his children to wear out, to pursue in the wrong directions, so on and so forth. So I'm going to let him flow through this. Lord, I give you full reign of my mouth because I'm not quite certain what he's trying to say, but I know that I'll speak it if I let him talk through me. So some of you are called to be a leader in your industry to whatever capacity in which you have a working of your hands. In that, you are meant to assist people non-traditionally. It may look like you being that person everybody comes to get advice in that industry. You may be the person that you don't even work a high position in your job, but people still come to you for advice about a specific thing. Insert whatever your thing is. Why? Because you're supposed to counsel people on that thing, but you're not in particularly or have not recognized that that's the thing God is calling you to do. But God keeps positioning you in situations and or circumstances where he's having you counsel people on this thing. Whatever that is. Insert thing. Next, you can take this in one of two different directions. You will know when I speak this which direction you're supposed to go. Okay? You are either supposed to be a life coach, meaning maybe you help people get themselves organized in their lifestyle. You can look at a room and tell them, oh, this room would look so much better if you did XYZ. Your life would look a little bit more better if you could hear a person's story and they could tell you what their life is about and you could pinpoint the issue. Use a life coach. But you might be an all-around life coach. Top to bottom of their life. Okay? You're helping them build their life. But you don't recognize it because maybe you're helping a person comes to you for this advice on this area. Another person comes to you for this advice in this area of their life. Another person comes to you for advice in this area. But if you look at it, it's advice in all areas of their life. But different people are coming to you for different advice at different times. You understand what I'm saying? But some of you are a consultant. This means you're meant to help them build a business. Some of you have an acute ability to be able to identify certain aspects of business or a business within somebody's life. Meaning, man, you would be good I think you'd be good at, you have good skills in this area. Why don't you build a business in that? I'm being reminded of when Joshua sent the people into the city and they came back with a report. There was fruit, there was this, there was that. But we scared go in. I'm also being reminded of the fact that there was I think it was a famine or something in the land. And the people didn't have shoes or something. And you have the ability to recognize what's missing. Is basically what I'm trying to say. You have the ability to recognize what's missing, but a lot of people aren't willing to go for either the missing thing or to go get the big fruit. They see it, it's there, but they're like, I ain't going over there to where them giants are. I'm actually being reminded of, what is it? I can't think of the name of it. It's like that story. You remember of the little boy who was supposed to climb up the stalk and there was a giant up there protecting the castle or something like that? Some of y'all are meant to elevate to a degree. But because of the fact that where you're called to be, it's a giant there. It's a giant there. And a lot of you have brushed off where you were supposed to go because of the fact there are giants there. God must be... No, God don't tell children of God to go in those industries. No, God don't tell children of God to... How is God going to subdue the earth if he don't put his children in high power positions? Doesn't the scripture talk about the fact that the last will be first and the first shall be last? And he didn't just mean being in your community. Some of y'all are supposed to be in high powered positions in industries. Some of y'all would prefer, oh, I'll go into the industry, but I'll be this little unknown. I'll go to I'll be the background worker. And God's like, no. The other day, I was watching something on the news. I didn't bring this up. And it was this young woman. She was helping her husband. She got married to him. He was a football player. And his star rose quick. And he's a young guy. But they were dating in high school. And I think they got married while they were in college. And he became drafted to the NFL or something like that. And I don't know how many years he's been in there. They got 2 kids, all this kind of stuff. But she was talking about the fact that I wasn't expecting it to be like this. I wasn't expecting it to be like this. I thought I was going to come in and be his wife and be in a house somewhere taking care of the kids. But I'm out here being known. I wasn't expecting the attention. I wanted to be behind the scenes. Let me raise my hand. Because God already done told me. We be having this discussion all the time. It'd be like, so I'm not, and you said, and and this, and I'm gonna be over there, and I'm not gonna be in the house. I'm gonna be over there, and I'm staying. Okay. I get confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. Some of y'all got high power positions. Why you think I be saying what I be saying about some of your spouses is called to community leadership? Some of your spouses is called to real estate. Some of your spouses is called to Proverbs 31. Woman, her husband was known in the gates of the city. All y'all want to claim, I want to be a Proverbs 31 wife. That's a prominent man. Some of y'all just want to be in a house. Or some of y'all just want to be the one that's out there doing what you do in the community and your husband be. But y'all called to prominent positions to stand next to leaders. Community, NFL, celebrity. Some of them are influencers. Some of them are YouTube influencers. Some of them are social media influencers. Some of them are the strategists that help the social media influencers, but they got a high-powered name. Some of them are coaches. Some of you are supposed to be coaches. God ain't out here just playing games with y'all. What do you think I've been talking about? You have the ability to be teachers, planners, and leaders. Whatever it is that you're called to do, your husband's supposed to complement that. If your husband is not complimenting that, you need to question. Because see, a lot of people will marry a safe person. Oh, this person's safe. This person is, they don't push me. I can stay in the position that I'm in because they safe. And God's like, nope, that's not the person I want you with. But y'all will chase them tooth and nail to make that person be the one that you're supposed to be with. And God said, I want you with that caliber person. And you be like, but they make me have to grow. Yeah. Oh my God. Really? They're going to make you have to grow. Because you got to stretch. Write the vision and make it plain on tablets for runners to go get. Some of y'all got somebody, and I've seen it happen. I was listening to a YouTube influencer. When she first started her channel, she was married to somebody. She started following God. God told her to divorce that man. I am not telling you or any of you to divorce your spouses. I'm telling you to sit in the secret place with the Lord and check to make sure you're in the right place. Because sometimes what God will do is he will separate you for a season. Because he needs to get that man right and he needs to get you right. And he may bring you back together. I can name to you about 15 different YouTubers that specifically talk about that stuff. Some, he gonna separate you and you gonna marry somebody else of a way higher caliber than the one that you were sitting next to. I'm just being honest. I'm not telling you to divorce no daggone body if you're married to them. But I'm telling you to sit down and figure out what your purpose is. And you need to line up what it is that this person in your life has in alignment with what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And you know what I'm going to tell you to do? I'm going to give you a suggestion. Never tell nobody to get a divorce. But what I will tell you this. Keys to the Kingdom did a video recently where she talked about, she did 41 questions that you should ask your potential suitor during courtship and dating. Some of y'all married and you need to figure out these questions. But first, you need to figure out what God is trying to do with you. And that's why God will separate you for a season. He might not have you divorced, but he's going to separate you. And some, he may have you divorced because that person ain't acting right. And he got to deal with them. They may become the Joseph that will later come alongside you, marry, and help you birth that thing. And then they may not. But you got to start asking yourself the right questions. So I'm going to suggest to you, Keys to the Kingdom, watch the video she put out recently called Courtship and Dating Questions. I think it's Q&A or something like that. Watch that. I need you to sit down and write those questions down. But before you do that, I'm going to need you to figure out, what's your purpose? Why are you here? I'm going to need you to ask yourself that question. Because that may be the reason. I'm hearing alarms. Pay attention. Some of y'all called to counsel. You've been doing it, but you didn't realize you was doing it. Some of y'all are called to build businesses, meaning you're actually called, pay attention, you're actually called to put your hands to something and help people build their businesses as coaches, as consultants, as what have you. You see a problem in an industry and the Lord keep putting it in front of your face. And you know it. And you know it. I ain't even gotten all that deep in this yet. You know he keep putting it in front of your face. You called to that. You just need to figure out how to build that out. I can help you. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, you need to figure that out. You need to build out what that is. But first you got to discover what that is. I'm going to give you a freebie right here. I'm going to need you to sit down and look at the things that you're good at and write them down. Habakkuk 2 and 2. Write the vision, make it plain on tablets for people to go get. Write the things that you're good at. Then I need you to figure out how these things go together. And the last freebie I'm going to give you, I need you to write the day in the life of what that career would look like. That's a freebie. Next. Some of you may be going through hard times, okay? We all are seeing what's happening in the world, and things are not as we would like them to be. We see problems, we see financial issues, we see jobs doing this, we see jobs doing that. Some of you are in recovery mode after what happened with the Pandora's box, and you're just trying to figure out how to pick up your life and get it back in order. You're in the perfect place. Why are you in the perfect place? Because God can use you there. Because that was actually a moment for you to figure out what you did not want and to determine what you did. What did you discover about yourself during that time period? What was it that was out of order in your life during that time period? What did you find yourself passionately drawn to during that time period? I want you to sit down and figure that out. Oh, am I counseling y'all in a minute? I'm sorry, I got my look together. Maybe I'm counseling you today. I'm gonna need you to get that together, and I'm gonna need you to write down that kind of stuff. Figure it out. I want you to figure that out. Because I'm a builder, so I'm gonna help you build right now. I'm gonna need you to go back, and I'm gonna need you to watch the 6-part series that I did, where I talked about building the house. Okay? Next, you might be going through hard times in a marriage and or relationship. For my people that are called to kingdom marriage, some of you are in a relationship. Maybe you are the partner that has come into God. Follow me. And because you came into God and your partner has not yet, you are unequally yoked with this individual. As you are discovering God and trying to bring God to them, understand this. If they weren't yoked to God already, you're going to have a division in your household because you want God, they may not. And the devil is going to automatically go to the one that does not have God in them and automatically start to use them against you. This is another reason why God may separate you if you are the wife that's sanctified. Does that mean he's not going to bring you back with this person? Does not mean that. It just means he needs you to separate yourself for a season. And for my women, some of you got a God divine GPS system and it's already started to ting you. That maybe you and this individual need to separate because there are signs, red flags, so on and so forth that have been going off, and God's been pulling you onto him to try to talk to you, but you've been ignoring it because you didn't want to recognize what was happening in your relationship, because you didn't want to go through the steps that God was trying to take you through, because it may mean separation. And I continue to tell you, this may not be a permanent separation. It just may be he needs you to step away from the individual while he deals with you and he deals with them. But if you are fresh into God and you are devoting your life to God, I'm going to need for you to take the time to sit in the presence of God and find out what he wants you to do. Sit down, okay? Write out your concerns over your relationship. And then I'm going to need you to fast for 3 days. Raw food for 3 days. And I'm going to need you to petition God in relation to the issues that you are seeing and what he wants from you in your purpose and this relationship. Okay? I'm going to pause you right here. I'm going to come right back. I'll be right back.